Hi, my name is Caroline Gutman, and I'm delighted to be here today with you. I wear several hats, including photojournalist, writer, consultant, and workshop leader. And in all of my roles, I'm constantly meeting new people. So today we're going to talk about the idea of meeting new people and enjoying it. And I'm going to be sharing with you a lot of practices that I've used over the years to gain my own self-confidence in meeting new people. This workshop is going to be interactive, so if you're able to, please feel free to hit the pause button and practice any of the exercises that we go through. You're also welcome to come back later and work on them then. You'll be able to find a summary of everything we go through in the take-home tools, along with some extra exercises and some other reading resources. I have a few goals for our time together. First is reframing the idea of meeting new people as a way to broaden our knowledge. Second is gaining confidence in our ability to build new friendships and develop new contacts. And third is strengthening our self-confidence. Let's start with a word that we hear thrown about so often. The word is networking. Now, I want you to hit the pause button and write down everything that comes to mind when you think of networking. And then we'll reconvene. Check in with yourself. How did the idea of networking make you feel? I can tell you, you're not alone if the idea of networking makes your skin crawl. A lot of people associate networking with boring meetings or awkward conversations. And a lot of times that can be true. That's certainly in my experience. But meeting new people, whether it's in a networking setting or in the supermarket or at a cafe, it's actually good for our health. So what happens when we actually meet someone new? Sometimes without even realizing it, our body has different physiological reactions. They include feelings of excitement, a sense of connection, renewed optimism, and even a sense of possibility. Tied into all of this is the actual release of dopamine. Dopamine is a hormone that gives us the feeling of feeling good. If you've ever exercised and felt euphoric afterwards, it's probably because of dopamine. Or if you've fallen in love and felt like you're on cloud nine, it's also because of dopamine. So how do we tap into these feelings? One way is by adopting a growth mindset rather than a fixed mindset. What does that mean exactly? Well, it's the idea of mentally stretching yourself, seeking new experiences and new ideas. It means thinking about things you may have never considered before and allowing yourself to explore those ideas and discover others. Now, here are a couple examples. If we have a fixed mindset, we might say, I already know everything I need to know. Whereas if we have a growth mindset, we might say, I know there is more that I can learn. I'll give you another one. If we have a fixed mindset, we might see failure as the limit of our abilities. If we have a growth mindset, however, we might see failure as an opportunity to grow. Okay, this is where it gets fun. If we apply a growth mindset to meeting new people, can you imagine what what's possible? Think about the serendipity of all the new people you might meet. Before you go into a conversation with someone new, try asking yourself a few questions, and feel free to hit the pause button. What experiences have they had? How do they approach their work and their life? What matters most to them? And what can we learn from each other? There are nearly 8 billion individuals in the world who are living 8 billion different lives. And the beauty of that is that every person's journey through life is a unique experience. Imagine what we could learn from meeting even a fraction of those people. Now that we've covered the growth mindset and approaching meeting new people as a learning opportunity, let's dive into the details. So, what are some ways to actually prepare to meet new people? I'm going to share some tricks with you now. The first one is preparing ahead of time. If you don't feel entirely confident about talking to a stranger, come prepared with a few conversation starting questions. These can be as easy as, what inspired you to do the work you're doing? Or, what's been most surprising about your experience so far? Or, what brings you here today? Or a final one, how did you get to where you are? The second trick is using the 3 levels of why to get to know someone. The idea is to get to the heart of what matters to them. As you're talking to them, try asking the question why. And then once you get an answer, follow up again and dig deeper with another why question. I've included an example of this in the take-home tools. The third trick is by playing a game with yourself. For me, when I'm meeting new people, the most boring way to start a new conversation is by asking each other what we do for work. While I love my work, it doesn't define who I am. So what I usually do is I see how long the conversation can go without one of us asking the other what we do for work. When we're meeting someone new, how we carry ourselves and begin the conversation can affect our overall experience. So how can we put our best foot forward? Well, our body language is the first thing people see. We can practice standing with an open position, not crossing our arms, and we can make eye contact, which can be very powerful. Within a conversation, we can express our curiosity while showing empathy. We can be comfortable with long pauses, and in general, we can show our respect for the other person, helping them feel valued and making them more likely to walk away with a positive impression of our conversation. Okay, we've gone through a lot today, including understanding the health benefits of meeting new people, adopting a growth mindset, and practicing ways to make conversations more fun. Now I'm going to share a little secret with you. If you forget everything we've talked about today while you're in the middle of a conversation with someone, don't panic. All you have to do is listen to the person you're talking with. People always remember good listeners in a conversation. And just imagine what you could learn. Thanks so much for joining me today. And as always, please feel free to get in touch. You can find a summary of what we've covered today, as well as additional practice exercises and some recommended readings in the take-home tools. Thank you again.